I should be back right now, just fixing everything here. Trying to fix everything here. Hopefully I'm back as well. I have no idea what just happened. Literally no clue. Let's see if this works. So yeah, just looking if I can actually make this work as well right now. You are funny, Ian. I wish it was that easy. Just doing the last technical bits here. Let's see if that works. I don't know, I'm not really happy with the connection, but as long as everything's working, I'm not complaining. So hopefully we can get everyone back here again who joined us before. I really hope we can get that. Yeah, this is really starting to get really annoying, but like I have no idea what's happening, and this is I've come across like all the issues I've read about before I even start streaming, and still things like this happen without a reason. And I'm keeping my eye on that because that showed me that I was offline. But now let's put a audio reminder for me as well as soon as this stops. It means I've lost my connection. That's smart, right? I think it is smart. Hopefully it is. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just restarting everything while I tested my stream, but it's thank you, Ian. It's apparently working, so I am still on screen. That's... I don't know if that's great, but that's something you have to deal with yourself. So let me just continue where I left off if everyone's here. So, I'm so sorry about this. This is terrible. This is literally, I don't know what happened and why this happened. But apparently my chat isn't showing as well. Oh, this is not fun anymore. I'm live right now, right? Why doesn't it say? Activate selected. I'm going to give up. I think I'm just going to give up. No, I'm not going to give up. But maybe no. Okay, can someone let me just try it out myself. Yeah, this is exhausting. I can see it as well. I need to thanks, Ian. Yeah, I'm not even going to mess with this right now. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. I can't highlight any chats right now. If you have an important question, I will just read them very loud. I will continue what I was doing. There's 9 of you here, which I think is plenty. So for Guerra, where I left off, if you want to know what I've been talking about before, check out part 1, which is right now on my profile, because that stopped. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I bought a PV42, which I have as a dry pigment, which is a quinacridone magenta, pink magenta as a dry pigment. Here, from Guerra, plastic bottles. This is a transparent quinacridone red blue, which basically is a pink magenta right now. Could be the same, could be something completely different. PB80, because I was talking about that. Thank you, Gulchen. I have a dry version of that, and maybe this one is a little bit more vibrant in its dried state than this, because the difference was mind-blowing. I did not like what I saw. I saw like it might be worse than dioxazine violet. Also, dioxazine violet goes to a very vibrant, deep violet to a grayish violet, but still, like, the color stays the same. This shifts from a vibrant blue to a dull violet-ish color, which I'm not very fond of. Indo Double Scarlet, because I had it as a dry pigment, I was looking for that a few weeks ago. And I was actually looking for a wet one, but apparently I have it as a dry one, so I want to compare that. And as I said, PO65, because I think I have it, but I want something to compare it with. So, don't you think PB80 also has that issue? I don't know what's your source, Gulchen, but I've had this issue. Like, this is yeah. So I've been looking into this issue, how to counteract this in watercolors. In acrylics, I can imagine, like, they're encapsulated in something that's already kind of glossy, that keeps that shine. This takes the exact mattness or shininess as the paper. So I've been looking into how can I take pigment without using fillers, enhancers, brighteners, and make it into something that doesn't have the issue. How can I chemically tweak it? And I'm already kind of starting with what I'm going to tell the 21st during the Pigments Revealed International talk, the 21st of June. Please do register for that. I will share the link later on if everything works again. And this was just, it was a black hole for me. It was so much info, so much things that were new to me that I really had to look for thoroughly in a completely different field than pigments. So I've learned quite a bit outside of our niche as well to use for our niche, just because of a few disappointing swatches. I did actually add some brightener to it, these in comparison to this, and if we're taking a proper camera for that, it only made it lighter, not brighter, which isn't the solution. Then I found this is almost getting funny to the point that this is still having some connection issues I've seen. It's getting funny to the point that it's not. It's kind of like, okay, maybe I really do have pigment issues. I found some new pigments again that I didn't know I had. They're on my list. I checked it. Like they're just, I put them in. I typed it in myself manually. I found Maya Green from Maya Pigments Incorporated, which is out of business since 2012, I think. They don't make them anymore. But I'm going to stop there because this is where kind of a big another black hole / rabbit hole of a pigment story starts that I actually want to share the 21st. So, what I can share with you, what I will share with you today, we've had just 4 dispersions of Guerra. In with a big box because they made a mystery box for me. I asked them to put one aside for me since like I said, I didn't really have an excuse to order there because of the shipping costs. Someone asked about PO65. That was a push for me to actually order PO65 as a dispersion to test my pigment here against it. So yeah, that was an excuse for me. Send them a message. Do you still have that mystery box laying around for me? They put one together for me, and I was quite surprised by what came in with just 4 small bottles of dispersion. So let me put this here anyway. There's a pearl luster pigment. It is quite heavy. I was thinking about, okay, it looks like a phthalo green or something. It might be, you know, maybe a cobalt green, maybe. And then I started reading the label because it's really heavy. Like phthalo green is heavy as well. A luster pigment with mica isn't heavy usually. This one actually is. Maybe it's just a very thick plastic bottle. I don't know. Then we have Monolite Red 2Y from 85. I'm guessing that's a red. I haven't opened it, as you can see. Like, I got these yesterday and I've just unpacked, like, okay, let's see how much is in there. We have a raw sienna dark dry pigment from Guerra themselves, which is nice. We have, I don't know what we have. Let's not open the plastic too much. There's writing on it. 2 pints. It is from Sun Chemical. And the writing has been completely lost, except for that it is lot number 2 of something that I think is a red pigment. Looking at the sides of the tape, but that, you know, as you can see, Guerra puts their dispersions and their pigments. They put a black electrical tape over it to seal the bottle. This has been done with clear tape, which is yellow already. So even the tape is old on this one. This is permanent yellow G. That's the only information that's on there. Might be able to see the manufacturer. This doesn't say more than that's from Sun Chemical, lot 2, 5C775, 2 pints. That's literally all the information, and it's handwritten on a Sun Chemical thing. These letters are all gone. You only see the bottom half of it, or not even the bottom 10% of it. This is 11-1103 permanent yellow G, or perm yellow G. But there is more. Literally quite good packed box full of pigments. Permanent Red Lake, which I thought I saw a no, it's from 81. American Host Corporation, Industrial Chemicals Division. I don't know how to pronounce that. We have a Palomar Blue. I do think I already have a smaller one of these. Maybe it's not the same version. BASF Heliogen Green. This is just PG7. And there's nothing on there except for that it's from 87. Then we have some tins from Miles Incorporated. Fancon Red, PR48, 2 barium sulfates, which actually comes in handy. That comes in handy. Okay, keeping that. This is an unlabeled one, also a big can, full to the brim. It looks like a pinkish red from what I see here, spilled from the tape. A bluish red. This is also quite full, and there's something attached to this one. Could it be a treasure map to more pigments? There is something on here, which is Indo-Fast Brilliant Scarlet, I think. From Mobay Chemical Corporation. 3 more cans. Okay, this is interesting. I can see red written on the label. I can also see QUI, Quindo, I think. Red, and then it's all lost. A label-less one again. Heavily dented. Traces of red, but also traces of green on the outside. And then there's the last one with just, I think, written this on it. R6700675002. And again, traces of red and green. I think there was some spillage in the box of these tins. So yeah, this is a lovely mix of mystery books. One thing to note though, they are all filled to the brim. This one is quite light, but I think this is about 80% full. This one is super heavy, the barium sulfate, which makes sense. This one is super heavy as well, the Indo-Fast Brilliant. Medium heavy, heavier. This one is really heavy, the Quindo Red. I'm not going to open this. Yeah, I need to wear a mask. I need to put on my lab and you know the gloves and everything. Especially the ones that I don't know what they are or not directly what they are. I need to Google or ChatGPT some names of these. Quindo Red. What do we know about that? What do we know about a pigment called Quindo Red?
Quindo Red. Now that's a name that sounds like it belongs in a fantasy novel. Not a pigment binder, huh, Lawrence? But you've just stumbled onto something niche, juicy, and oh so ripe for your kind of alchemy. So, here's the deal. Quindord isn't actually the name of a pigment, at least not officially. It's most likely a brand name or a proprietary blend, typically based on a quinacridone pigment. The name Quindord has been used by some niche manufacturers, especially in the US and Canada, often referring to a deep red or magenta pigment that's light fast, intense, and suitable for both watercolors and acrylics. The pigment itself under the hood is probably one of the PV19 variants, often the gamma crystal form that leans to the blue or magenta side, or even a mix with PR122 or PR202 to warm it up into that rich lipstick red that punches like a diva. Depending on the manufacturer, it could be mixed or modified for better flow, granulation, or warmth. But let's not take it at face value. If someone's calling it quindored, I'd want to crack it open. Spectrometer, microscope, binder separation, the works. Want me to help you design a full pigment breakdown experiment to see exactly what it is if you ever get a sample? Or are you thinking of using the name?
Never mind. I'm just going to. So I've upped her sass a little bit because the regular replies were a little bit boring for questions like that. But Mr. Pigments, those were my thoughts. That was a form of quinacridone, but PV 15. It is. Sorry, PV 19. Any ideas on the permanent yellow? Just to see what else is on the label, I'm just going to put it like this. This is literally all I'm seeing. Quite light though. The mystery ones, especially the ones that are quite heavy, are quite interesting for me. Yeah, we are still going to see that. I'm just going to put this all in the box again. Let's see if I'm as good at pigment Tetris as they were. No, they said it to me as well. Like, sometimes we don't know what we send. You know, that's also a reason that they can't sell it. So that makes sense. I didn't even like show the mystery box of last time. I think I showed some, but I have way more. I found loads of the. I forgot about those small, half-readable labels. Of things that look very interesting. Loads of blues and greens though. Now I have that Tetris tune in my head, Gulchen, thank you. It really depends on which one, by the way. Let's have a look. I did take the pigment for the light. Where did I leave it? Oh, there. Boxes of pigments.
Shall I use gloves? Let's use gloves. Oh, no, let's use... I'm going to work very neatly, okay? Okay. Boy, that really makes me think of something. One moment, please. I mean, how prepared can someone get, right? If it works, please work, please work, please work. These battery, oh wait. Is it just a dirty, I think it is, hope it is. No! The battery holder is dirty. Why? Oh, why? Maybe I should charge my batteries as well. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe yes. Maybe no. Maybe. Let's see if a little bit movement works. No. Okay, so I'm going to try new batteries next time. But guess what was in it? No, I've taken out the batteries. I'm smart like that. Okay, so now let's make cobalt hue, made from ultramarine blue and barium manganate and sulfate. Thank you, Ian. I do appreciate that. Let's make 3 little dots of it, right? Okay, so it re-wets. Super easy. And it doesn't get as dark as ultramarine blue. Which makes sense. But still, I don't know how much manganese blue is in here.
Sorry about taking it off again, Ian. It's all wet now. It was wet already, but if there was anything in the air, I'd rather have it to just sink down. But it's you know, the chances are quite slim with the hazardous side of this pigment, because it's so heavy. Let's swatch this. This is quite literally sonic, yeah. What I see here, yeah, it basically is. I noticed there is a slight stickiness to this more than there is with ultramarine blue, and manganese blue on itself is can be quite a thick, because it's that heavy, a thick pasty like paint. Let's see what it does with granulation. Introducing a little bit more pigment to it, just to see what it does here. So we're going to let this dry, and we can't put it all on there. We're going to let this dry, and we are going to compare them with the spectrometer to both ultramarine blue and manganese blue. Now let's put these in little dot pans. This is one of those dots that I would give away in a higher YouTube subscription tier, for instance. This is a color that I think, okay, you know, this is a pigment that is, well, you know, I have quite a bit of it right now, but that lends itself quite well for this. So 2.5 weeks, Saturday the 21st, for those of you who entered here. I will host a talk with and for Pigments Revealed International, which is not just a talk but more a demonstration of how I work. Basically, it's just a behind the scenes look. More than what you see during a live stream. You see, I'm quite transparent here in what I do and what I have and what I find. But in my process, there's like a domino effect, a snowball thing. One thing leads to the other, which leads to another, and there's been quite a particular effects. I think that that has been put into motion a while back, and in my spare time, just when I'm not with my kids, and when I'm not just doing, well, either, you know, with you here or making paint, just producing. I'm looking into. I'm just reading books to the library, buying books which I can't find in the library, or trying to find them online if there's any digital versions which I can just look through. Deep dive into certain subjects, and there's something that triggered this thing I'm in right now that has led to quite a new thing. That's it. Yeah, that's all I can say. That's all I will say. I can't say more. I won't. Sorry to hear your notification then, Gulchen. Internet Archive is great, yeah. But to be honest, like, I know, Gulchen, you're not a fan of ChatGPT. How lovely, however lovely she just helped. Just helped me just now with the question about the quinacridone pigment. The talking part, especially just, when I'm at work, when I'm not really literally books like the Pigment Compendium is one of them that sparked some things for me, which isn't like a delight to read. It's facts and science, but that's where the AI, ChatGPT in this case, comes in, I can talk to her and she can just say if there's anything in the Internet Archive. And I can ask if, you know, it can look a little bit to that direction, or certain images or links or whatever, and it just gives me something that I can use later on, like just, you know, read further or on my laptop and click on the links and go from there, which is a great tool for me. It's like, it's a tool. It's not doing my work, but it's a tool. And like I said before here, I've put a little bit of sass in it. I also said I want it to challenge me. Like, I don't want easy answers, and it's not giving me any till now. So that's very helpful, actually. Mark, this is actually the title of the live stream, the Manganese Ultramarine Blue. me. This is from my mystery box, not my mystery box, the box of pigments that I hold the other day. The Cobalt Blau Ersatz, the cobalt hue, made from manganese, genuine, and ultramarine blue. This is a mix, yeah. PB29 and PB33, to be exact. And it's giving a wonderful sonic blue. Or a light ultramarine in this case. I'm really not sure. You can definitely see the manganese blue in the wash, in the granulation as well. Maybe a little bit of separation here. Separation here happening as well. But then this mask tone, for me, this is just a French or light ultramarine blue. This is nothing manganese about it. Maybe if it dries, but like I said, I'm going to compare it with the spectrometer once it's dried. I have some lovely dots sitting right here, 6.5 to be exact. So yeah. There is that. Let me just turn on the software for the spectrometer. I have 3 screens and I don't know where the one is that I need. Where is it? And why is it not here? What? One moment, please. I've run into another issue. Are you kidding me? Oh, sorry, people. I'm experiencing some other issues here. I think I'm facing all the issues that I can face at the moment. And I don't like it. I don't know why this is happening. Okay, so just to date you up, just to give you an update, Nix extended my subscription for the software on my Mac a month or a few months ago. And Sebastian, welcome. Roberto, welcome. New names. That's good to hear. Just to inform everyone here why I've been like absent there. I have the Nix Studio software on my laptop, and they extended my subscription for free for the use of my YouTube here. And they did that with my email address, and now I think because of just what just happened, I don't know, I need to log in everywhere again, but I need to insert an activation code, which I don't have because they did it for me. I can't access that. What I can do is I will just use my phone for it. We'll make a scan once it is dry. It is still drying. Sebastian, Simo, and Roberto Bruni, welcome. Bruno, I'm sorry. If you want to tell us something about yourself. Sebastian, you're kind of new with pigments. Do I know the approximate size in microns for the pigments I am using? Well, it really depends on the pigments. In this case, it is a little bit bigger. I think this is about 20. Microns. The size I'm using right now. Organic pigments like quinacridones and phtalos, things like that, are usually between 5 and 10 microns. This is between 10 and 20, maybe a little bit. No, I can still do the Hegman, by the way. Let's just do it with that. That's a lovely shade of blue on my shirt there. I'm taking the 25 micron Hegman. It's a little bit too watery, but it is enough information for me. It started at 14 micron. Where it got dragged away. So that is because of the ultramarine, I think, which is a little bit finer than manganese. Manganese would be around 20, I think. Between 20 and 20, 10 and 25, I think. Manganese blue. But yeah, we can measure it, obviously. I'm getting impatient here because I really wanna make a scan out of it. But this is annoying. Now I can't. It's downloading a paint database right now, the app. Like literally it says it right underneath here that it's downloading a paint database. Roberto, thank you. Sebastian, you're making pigments from rocks like granite, and it seems you have 50% at 20 microns or below. Just curious. Well, making pigments from rocks, if you really wanna do that, when we're talking about minerals and things like that, we're talking about 20 to 40 microns. Granite is quite a difficult thing because my old mullers that I have, the antique ones that I have, are made of something like that. What are you grinding? What are you working with there? Just out of curiosity. Okay, it sounds interesting, but it also sounds like it is a lot of work. It's not bad for something to be a lot of work. What do you want to use? What do you want to use granite for? As a pigment. Roberto, I need to read kind of here because I don't know what is going on with everything. Like everything is working against me with this stream. I don't know why. It is granulating a little bit. Not as heavily as some ultramarines do, not as heavily as manganese blue does on its own. But there is also some separation happening in the mix. There you go. There is a little bit of separation happening as well. So you can see it in the wash as well. There is some separation happening. It is dry. There's an issue now because it is dry, but I can't get to my app. It's still downloading a pigment database, and I asked it to add that database to my app. And I don't know why it's doing that, because I had that on my phone. I had that on my mobile. I had all the information. And I don't know why it's taking this long as well. I can't do anything. Same with my tablet. Same issue. So yeah, I owe you this, guys. I'm really sorry about this. Okay, that's interesting. And what kind of do you use the granite for the effect, for like a coarse effect, or for its color? Maybe you have a color like the granite that I have. You know, my muller is made of is just like a dark gray. Is that what you're after? Is it a different color? For everyone else here, I'm stuck. Like, I can't. Not working on my laptop. My phone, it's downloading on my. I don't know why it's downloading on my phone. Also, my phone says I need to go to bed right now. That's rude. Do I look tired? If so, why would my phone make a comment about that? I'm feeling attacked here. No, actually, Gulchen, I'm not quite sure how long I'm going to wait. Oh, I thought I had a reply from Nix already, but that was a automatic one. I don't know if I'm going to continue my live stream like this. I can't do all the things that I want. What is it? I'm really happy that this all happens right now and not like in 2.5 weeks when I want to do all these things during my demonstration. So I'm sorry that you are the victim of this, but I'm really happy that I really don't understand why everything is this slow. I'm really afraid that my internet will stop in a minute. Also, my music stopped, which is a bad sign. Or was that just because of me? Maybe that was just because of me. I don't know. If my tablet says I can't connect to the internet, I'm really afraid of what's about to happen, and I might just lose connection again. Okay, so this Nix works. Okay, this Nix works. Let's I'm really afraid that says I don't have a connection. And I'm just going to continue on my cellular on my phone. That's really nice, Sebastian. Thanks for sharing. Ian, I think you need banners. Yes, please start a revolution of making streaming simple. Let's do a single scan, shall we? Oh, we're just going to do it like this, the old-fashioned way. No, of course we can't go horizontal. Quite a steep curve, but it's a very small screen, so that is quite logical. That makes sense. Quality control. Can we add something? New select from library. Did it not sync the libraries with my what the that's okay, we can fix this, we can't fix this, but let's find a solution. We're taking the big ones. The big ones. Okay, so we are going to set a reference for PB29 here. Scan the reference. Okay. So PB29 as a reference, and then compare it with this. So I'm going to share this here with you. Improvising at its best, ladies and gentlemen. So what I have over here is I'm just reading everything. So the green one is our reference, and the red one is the new one. As you can see, the red one, that's the mix with manganese, leans a little bit more towards the green, and doesn't have a spike in the near infrared range over there. Ultramarine does. It's a little bit warmer, which makes sense. This all makes sense. Right, now let's change the reference to Manganese Blue. And then let's scan that one. Funny, this is the completely other way around. Well, I can show it to you like this, but let's just do it like this again. So green, manganese blue, and the red one is the hue, but as you can see, didn't exactly put it in the same spot, which is annoying. That's why I actually wanted to use my library. The red does have a little bit of a spike here, as it seems. Not as bad as the ultramarine did, but the green line, which is manganese blue, is just straight here to the reds. Obviously, way more vibrant and more to the right, which means more green wavelengths are reflected by it. The black dotted line that you see is the difference per wavelength. So there's not so much difference here, but there's a lot of difference over here in the wavelengths, and that the wavelength is just going down. It's the distance between the dots measured. As you can see over here, there's not much of a difference on the right. So yeah, it's a not really surprisingly an in-betweener. I don't know if that's a thing, but it's something that's really, yeah, it's nothing. This isn't ultramarine blue. Obviously this isn't. I mean, I know it isn't. It says so on the label. It's also visible this is not pure ultramarine blue. Quite close to it. If you would show this to me without any reference material, I would guess PB29 at first. I wouldn't really say like this is clearly a mix pigment, although in this wash and the right side here in this wash, that's because of the paper curled up a little bit, you see the separation the most, and that separation is clearly something that happens with a mixed pigment, or at least a mixture of different particle sizes or weights. Ultramarine blue is quite uniform in that way, although it does granulate. It kind of fluctuates more than it granulates, I think. Interesting, not mind-blowing, but a very beautiful blue nonetheless. Now, what I am quite curious of is how this beautiful blue dots will dry, because it is a little bit too dark on the camera right now, I think. That's also the little bit of light compensation because everything around it is white. But ultramarine blue dries as... this is darker even. Ultramarine blue dries almost to a... not black, but a very, very deep dark blue as it dries in the pan. Manganese blue doesn't. It's not as vibrant or saturated as it is on the paper, but it dries as a light blue in the pan. So I'm very curious if this is going to be a combination between those as well. If this is actually going to be a lighter blue in the pan. Cobalt does. Cobalt looks almost exactly dried in the pan as it does as a dry pigment. Ultramarine blue is a bright pigment and it dries almost to black, but then gets vibrant again on paper. But that's because it's transparency. I'll explain that later on, another time. Basically, the more transparent a pigment is, the darker it will be. As a pigment in a pan, but cobalt violet PV14 is quite transparent, but it's maybe transparent isn't the right word for cobalt violet. Maybe its low tinting strength is the issue, because that dries almost the same as the dry pigment, a little bit less saturated, but very beautiful magenta-ish pink nonetheless. Yeah, I'm not going to make a red paint. Just come back at that. I'm going to call it a day because things aren't working as they should be, and that's only going to be a frustration later on, more and more. So, agreeing with Sentience, have a good one. See you next time. Hopefully Sentient ends. Might be this weekend. I'm really going to all in on what I'm working on right now. And to be honest, I don't think I have the money, the funds, the budget, space, maybe even. That's like money, it can be saved, but the space can't be bought. I need to make space, but I need space. I need something new in my studio, something that I really, there's nothing that I have that comes close to what I need. To make it more mysterious, I've had it 3 years ago, but I've given it away because I had no use for it back then, and now I need it. And I'm not telling you what it is. This is just getting mean right now, but I'm really excited about what I'm looking at, what I'm looking into, and I really hope it works. If it works, you'll be the first one to know. Maybe with people of PRI, but I don't think I can do it before that time. But I'll definitely share what I'm working on. If it works, we are together as a group, as a little community, part of something very exciting. Very new, very niche fitting for us. But really something that I want to say groundbreaking, but that sounds very pretentious. But let's call it groundbreaking, shall we? All right, guys. Hopefully see everyone next time. Make sure to be there 21st of June this month, Saturday. Pigmentsrevealedinternational.com, Pigments Revealed International on Instagram. Check out their stuff. Also, think about becoming a member there. It's all volunteers doing the work there, and they're doing a great job. They have a great database of resources, and once every month there's someone who has a pigment talk, third Saturday of the month, and I'm very honored to have been asked to be one of them this month, or the one this month, just to be part of it. And consider becoming a member. It's not that expensive, and it just covers the costs for them to run the website and do everything that they do. So I'm really glad I've joined them a while back, and also that I've been joining their talks just every third Saturday of the month, because it's really interesting to talk to people that are from such a different part of this pigment world than I am, maybe than we are, and it's quite humbling, to be honest. I mean, I have an amazing pigment collection, and it's growing, it's fast. I've been in contact with Tamas of artistpigments.org, and I shared some things about a few pigments, and so did he, about his process and what they were up to. And I looked again to his website. I've browsed through the pigments, different pigment numbers. I don't want to say I have all of them. I miss a bunch. Not a lot anymore, and that kind of feels like, yay, mission complete. Got to catch them all. But joining Pigment Revealed International, hearing people talk about how they work with pigments, and how how they found out about their pigments, and it's loads of times it's natural pigments. People talking about natural pigments, not synthetic, not pigment numbers, but just a passion for working with earth as a colorant, for making dyes, for doing things that are so far from what I'm used to. I learn a lot of new stuff every time, and sometimes it's just, you know, I know quite a bit of it. Still interesting to hear someone else talk about it. Still interesting to hear other people ask questions that I wouldn't have thought of. So that's a real joy every time. So I would, you know, suggest everyone go check that out. The pigment talks of every month are also recorded and visible for the members, so that's a reason more to become a member, so you can scroll through the pigment talks that have been done in the past. They didn't ask me to do this. I mean, promoting my own talk is part of it, but they didn't ask me to do this. I think that's just worth it, and that's just me as a pigment passionate, enthusiastic person to another. Go check it out. Everyone, I hope you have a great rest of the day. Hopefully see you soon, maybe before next week Wednesday. If everything allows it, I will go check it out what happened here, because I'm really not happy with why that is all happening. But I will fix it before next time. I will fix it before next week Wednesday. Maybe I'll see you before that. Hopefully I do. Boys, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and if you haven't already, please like the stream, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, and anything else you can do. Just leave a... That's enough. Bye guys.